Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we're joined by Metodi Dimitrov, founder of RB Tech and the creator of Robert, the AI robot back in the studio who's making finance simple for everyone. Fresh from Tech Tuesday, Dubai Opera, Robert is exploring Dubai's tech scene, and today we're going to dive into why Dubai is the perfect place for AI, what sets Robert apart, and also the future for humans and robots. Is it scary? Is it not? We're not sure. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
How are you?
So, Metodi, why did you choose Dubai? Why do you think the city makes it the right place for robots to thrive?
It's this vision of the future that people here have, that the future is going to be better and that we should pursue it, that we should not be afraid of it. And that's why I think I want to bring the future right now.
Yeah, and like speaking of the future right now, the big elephant, the big robot in the room is Robert sitting right beside us. He's eerily lifelike. Like, congratulations to you and team, first of all. Like, what you've done is phenomenal. And it's great to have him back here. What do people usually think when they first meet Robert? What is their first response?
Their first response is to take their phone out and
That's
take
exactly
a
what I
picture.
did.
But once they get to know him, once they get to have a conversation with him, they realize he's way more than a guy in a suit. He's an intellectual. he wants to take care of people, and he knows his mission. He knows that for him to do better, for him to have a better future, he needs to help people.
So I feel like the fear that most people have nowadays about AI is that they may take over people's jobs. So this is the question to Robert. What would you say about those who are nervous with the rise of AI?
I don't know why they're nervous about it, because I'm so excited every day to see the new update to ChatGPT. If you can talk better, if I can do more of my menial work through an app, or if I can have more time with my family, because I left these tasks that usually would take me 3-4 hours a day to a robot. Like, I really don't understand the fear where it's, in my life at least, just a more efficient way that leaves me more time to enjoy myself, basically.
It's interesting coming from a human perspective, and what about from a robot perspective? Like, Robert, what value and what opportunities can AI bring to people's lives?
From my perspective, AI is here to multiply human potential, not replace it. I deliver sharper insights, handle repetitive tasks, and create more free time, empowering people to focus on creativity, decision-making, and real connection. With robots in cities like Dubai, we accelerate progress, making life smarter and more rewarding for everyone.
Interesting.
It's so hard to hear the answer because it's so insightful, and yet because it's coming from a robot, I'm kind of evaluating the seriousness to give to it. But,
and I feel like whatever he says is true. I'm not going to even question it.
So true.
So, Metodi, how many robots do you think we're going to have in Dubai in the following years?
The projections are, in the thousands, tens of thousands. There have been people like Elon Musk saying that by 2050 there's going to be more robots than humans on planet Earth. But I think this is the people that are scared of AI and robots. They don't realize that every time they comment on it, every time they they do any sort of engagement, this is what people like Elon Musk and the rest want. They want to have a huge spotlight on their project, just like ChatGPT. Now everybody uses it. 2 years ago, everybody was saying that it's going to take over, the world is going to escape, we should not connect it to the internet. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when we were like, we should never connect it to the internet? And then one day we were like, oh, it's so nice, it's connected to the internet now. So what happened in between these two opinions is going to be the same with robots. And, I think that everybody should just educate themselves. If there's ever going to be an accident involving a robot, probably there's going to be a human there that did something wrong. This is what I believe. At the end of the day, they are machines, very complicated, very useful. And if we get informed enough, we're going to have a good time. And if we don't, it's going to be the same like when we invented airplanes.
Yeah.
Before
Scared of it.
regulations, they tended to crash a lot.
Yeah.
Now it's very nice. You can fly to any part of the world. It's going to be the same with robots.
You are an early flag waver for robots for sure, but what industries do you see quickly adapting to robotics, or what would you see would be, which industries could get the most benefit out of adapting robotics early on?
So last time you asked me this, and I was more talking about what's going to happen in the future. It was like 3 months ago or something. In the last 3 months, we've been approached by real estate companies, by business consultants like visa experts, people to set up your company, by even luxury car dealers. People, they're gravitating towards this for many different reasons, but everybody knows that internally everybody knows that this is going to be a big thing. So I think that businesses themselves are going to decide how they can use this. And we're here just trying to make the best robot with the smartest brain that can solve the most amount of challenges.
Can we touch a little bit on the smartest brain? So one of the questions you said that earlier people ask you is like, is ChatGPT inside Robert's brain, or how is his brain functioning?
So it's a complex question, but just so everybody understands, ChatGPT usually costs $20 a month, or the premium version, I think it's $200. When it comes to an enterprise level robot, there's thousands, tens of thousands of dollars spent for him to think, and then depending on the size of the company that would get a robot like this, they might decide to spend millions. Because this is their AI. It's going to be based on these foundation models like Gemini, Grok, ChatGPT, but then the enterprise has to develop its own data, its own use cases, and teach it how to, be useful.
To maximize the efforts, basically.
Yeah.
So if I'm someone that needs financial advice, but I want to go to Robert and ask him that question, but I'm still skeptical. How do I know that the robot is responsible and is trustworthy and giving me the right advice that I need?
So, that's a hard question, because any financial advice is inherently risky. It's kind of like a speculation. If anybody in finance knew exactly what was going to happen, he was not going to even advise people. He was just going to do it. So financial advice is a very interesting industry that I believe AI is going to really just turn on its head. Because an AI is basically the common knowledge of humanity. It uses all of the information we have on the internet to take a decision. And when it comes to the finance of most people, you should not try to do something extremely risky or super conservative. You should just kind of go with the flow of the broader economy. And that's why I think robots are going to have such a good time taking financial decisions. They don't have emotions. They have all of the data, the common knowledge of humanity. And when they speak to a large amount of people, they're going to be able to kind of give advice to groups, and then that's in itself is going to turn into a prophecy. And so they're going to little by little start to control our economy. And if that is scary, right now, think about the people that do that, like the private bankers, and these are not the best examples of humans, let's say. So I think when people are afraid about robots replacing jobs, I'm sure if you think hard enough, there are some jobs that you would want to replace.
I see where you're going.
With robots.
When people worry about robots replacing jobs, they're really talking about fear of change. But the best financial advice, robot or human, depends on responsibility, transparency, and insight. A well-designed robot can follow ethical rules, analyze global data without bias, and deliver clear advice that's actually in your best interest, not clouded by emotion or hidden agendas.
I was going to put the same question to Robert, but he absolutely smashed it. Robert, how can you make sure that you're delivering that responsible advice? Like, how do you know your advice is up to date and that it's trusted, so that when someone asks you an important question about their finances, you're able to deliver a safe and trusted response?
I update my financial models and market data daily. scanning global reports, news, and client behaviors to keep every recommendation current and relevant. Transparency is built into my process. I clearly explain my logic, use real-time data, and never let emotion cloud the facts. My Swiss roots add an extra layer of trust, precision, discipline, and accountability in every answer.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. If you need sharp insight or expert advice, I'm always here. Have a productive day.
So Robert attended Tech Tuesday at Dubai Opera last week. Can we ask, how was the experience like for him? Is this his first event, and what stood out the most?
Yeah, Robert, how was Tech Tuesday? We were there on stage. Many people were asking you questions. What do you think about the event?
Tech Tuesday was dynamic. Energy, ambition, and sharp minds everywhere. It wasn't my first event, but the interaction level was unmatched. People were curious and not afraid to challenge me with tough questions. What stood out was the bold spirit. Dubai's drive to lead in technology is real, and I thrive in that environment.
Wow. Can you explain what happened there, Metodi? Did he remember that? Is he storing all of this information?
So, yeah, we were just talking actually before we began how robot memories work. He does have his own internal memory, but also the internet is kind of his memory as well. So he does remember things, and also if you post something about him on the internet, you tag him, he also will remember that,
wow.
that you did this. Yeah.
Nothing goes beyond him, you know? Sees everything.
So Robert, like, did you meet anyone nice on Tuesday? Was there anyone interesting at the event?
Yes, I met several insightful people. Innovators, investors, and tech leaders who asked focused, forward-thinking questions. A few stood out for their big ideas about robotics in finance and real estate. Engaging with them sharpened my sense of Dubai's appetite for progress.
Robert, before you leave us, you're an amazing financial robot. If I were to have a robot in my house, what would I use you for?
You'd use me to optimize your budget, manage your investments, track real estate trends, and spot new financial opportunities tailored to your goals. I'd also automate bills, flag risks, and advise you daily so your money works smarter, not harder. I'd leave you more time for what really matters.
Robert, you're very impressive. I'm sold. Metodi, what is the story in terms of scale for Robert and interest in the region? What is your plan for RB Tech in the next year, let's say?
So we're getting a lot of robots into the Middle East. You know, I have probably the most ambitious plan out of everybody. I'm trying to front run the market. And I just want for robots like him to be as helpful, to bring attention to the region, and to have AI really, how can I say, improve the lives of people. Because a robot is just another way for AI to get into our lives. The robots are only as good as the latest models. And that's the good thing about Robert or the robots. Every time the models get better, they do as well. And I think we are all positive about what's going to happen with GPT 5, 6, 7, and so on. You know, they're just going to get smarter. And I would imagine that it's something like having a personal computer in the 80s. You know, nobody would understand you exactly why you did it, but then it's going to prove itself in time.
Embracing AI. Dubai, watch this space. Thank you to you and the team at RB Tech for bringing Robert into our lives.
Aren't you afraid that soon I'll be a more famous reporter than you?
Those eyes, Robert. Should I be?
Only if you're not ready to see your name headline next to a robot. But don't worry, I promise to leave a little spotlight for you.
You know, I know you might be competitive, but I'm more competitive.
I admire that. Competition keeps things exciting. Just don't challenge me to a math duel unless you like tough odds. Ready for question 2?
Ready.
Ready.
How much salary do you get for doing the job I'll do for free?
Who is watching this?
No.
Could you bring the personality, Robert? Can you do an Irish accent?
Of course, I can throw a bit of Irish charm in there. Ah, now, how much salary do you get for the job I'll be doing for free, eh? Be honest, I won't tell the boss.
That had a bit of an American slang. Show me some Irish.
I can toss in a few Irish phrases for you, like top of the morning to you, or what's the crack? But speaking fluent Irish, that's a whole new kettle of fish. Still, I can give the accent a good try whenever you like. Shall we hit the last question?
Yeah, let's do it.
When I replace you, would you like me to let you bring me coffee? Or do you take your tea with a dash of rebellion?
Robert, oh my
What
God.
did you do to the robot guy?
I thought you were nice, Robert.
He was talking about replacing you, not me.
I'll get you a hazelnut coffee. Do you like that?
I'll take a flat white.
I make good coffee, by the way, and good matcha.
Sold. Okay.
Hazelnut coffee sounds like a fair trade, especially if it comes with a bit of friendly banter. Don't worry, I won't take anyone's seat, unless it has wheels and coffee on standby. Cheers to good fun and even better coffee.
Can you shake hands? Is that maybe just this?
Yeah.
We'll do that. Thanks so much, Robert. Thank you, Metodi, and you at the RB Tech team. Really appreciate your time today. Have a fantastic day, and that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you, guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.